Hello everyone, my name is Brian and today is the day we have officially got a reveal trailer for EA Sports WRC, which of course is the next rallying game from Codemasters, the makers of the Dirt Rally series. Now the trailer was shared on YouTube earlier today. It is a quite short trailer, it is only 1 minute and 36 seconds. There is really not actually a huge amount to be gleaned from it, if I'm totally honest. I will include a link in the description, but I'm going to assume most people have actually watched this trailer already. Really, I would say probably the most interesting shot in this entire trailer is just this bit right here.
Is nature's wrath.
Where you can see we get just a little brief snippet of what looked like on board.
Almost made it.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard trailer, to be honest. There's not a huge amount to be gleaned in it. When we get a little bit further into it, there we can see that we're going to have some of the classic cars like the Lancia. They also show, I believe it's a Cadet, and then the Impreza we can see here as well, the 95 one. They also show the 97 or the 98 22B version as well. But then at the very end, when all of this ends, it brings us to a pre-order screen where they don't even include the release date. And Codemasters have been at it again in terms of how they put this information out there. Because if you wanted to find out the release date, you actually had to go over to their Twitter. Where, as you can see here, they say it is coming on November 3rd. They also say pre-order to play 3 days early, and that is on October 31st, which is when the early access period is going to start. Now, if we actually follow this link down here, that brings us to a pre-order page, and the pre-order page confirms a few things for us. It confirms that, first of all, it is a next-gen only title. It is not coming to PS4 or the Xbox One. It is only coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and then on PC. Now, once we get over here, if we follow some more of these links, it actually brings us to the really interesting stuff which they have absolutely buried. Here we can see that they have a full car list, and it's not actually a full car list, but it does give us some information. So we can say here, this is history, this is the future rally, meet the cars you'll be driving in EA Sports WRC. Compete across 18 classes in 78 of the greatest rally machines ever made, covering the entire history of the sport. Now, it is not a complete list. As you can see, they are being a bit cheeky here, and they're hiding some. As you can see, there's the Super Impreza, the 22B, as I mentioned. But we get an idea from this of how many cars are going to be in each class and what classes are actually going to be in the game. And there does seem to be a good variety. All the way we scroll down, we can see that we have most of what we came to expect from Dirt Rally 2.0. And it's good, definitely, to have confirmation that a lot of these are coming back, even if some of them are repeating cars, and a lot of them do seem to be repeating. I will say that. This one here at the end is interesting, which is the builders cars, and I'm presuming this is going to be the custom cars that we are able to make ourselves, because there is going to be a team building feature similar to what is in Formula 1. But yeah, you can go and check this out yourself if you want to get a more detailed look at it. But yeah, you can see it's pretty much what you would expect in terms of the modern stuff. Pretty much everything is there for WRC, WRC2, and for the Junior WRC. Now, if we go back out of this here again, and we click into this other one, this is where we actually get a lot of information. And I'm not going to read every little bit of this, but I'm actually going to start by scrolling down here, because they have absolutely buried the lead. Because as we scroll down, we will eventually come to this section right here, greater multiplayer connections. And why they are not shouting this from the rooftops, I do not know, because this is an absolutely huge selling point. We haven't had multiplayer in a Codemasters rallying game since Dirt 3, which was, what, 2010, 2011, something like that. And I think this is an absolutely huge deal. I'll just read this part here. It's EA Sports WRC brings our fans together with 32-player cross-platform multiplayer, allowing for competition between friends and the wider rally community. And that right there is massive. 32 players is more than we've ever had in a rallying multiplayer game. And, you know, that's going to make for some pretty exciting competition, I think. That is something I am very, very glad to hear the return of, and I think a lot of people are. The fact that it's cross-platform as well, you know, it's pretty much an expected feature with a lot of these things these days. But, yeah, I actually think this is huge news. I think this is even bigger news than it potentially having VR, which they haven't said anything about VR right now, and so for anyone hoping for VR, I probably wouldn't get your hopes up. But, you know, VR is definitely a little bit more of a niche, where I think this is going to be something that appeals to pretty much everyone. But like I say, I don't know why they're not shouting this from the rooftops. I don't know why you're having to go to their website to dig out information like this. This, you know, should have been shared on Twitter, in my opinion. But we'll go back up here to the top, and yeah, that just pretty much gives you the release date and the list of platforms. We have a little bit of a quote here from Ross Gowing, who is a senior creative director at Codemasters. EA Sports WRC is the purest form of motorsport, where every stage is a fight against the clock, the terrain, and yourself. This is a rally game we've always wanted to make, combining our studio's deep knowledge and expertise with the power of the official WRC license, representing the pinnacle of rally motorsport. And yeah, just up there, they're talking about being a truly next-gen game. It's really a lot of PR speak. Down here, we have a little bit more to be gleaned. Taking the power of Unreal Engine, which I'm going to presume is Unreal Engine 5, because I know they were rumoured to have been making a game on Unreal Engine 5, and given that it's next gen only, I think it's a pretty good assumption. Together with taking the power of Unreal Engine with the Dirt Rally series physics, EA Sports delivers longer, more detailed stages than previously possible. With 18, and there is an asterisk beside 18, we'll come back to that in a minute, official FIA World Rally Championship locations and over 600 kilometers of unforgiving asphalt, gravel and snow stages. The new game's engine has enabled us to push rally to the edge of what's deemed possible. So yeah, like I said, there was an asterisk there beside that number. I believe if we scroll all the way down to the bottom here, you can see what they're on about. It just says Central Europe Rally will be available as a post-launch update. I'm not exactly sure why that is or what that location will end up being, but yeah, a little bit of an odd one, that one, I guess, but maybe there's a reasoning behind it. Now we have the section on handling. The Advanced Dynamic Handling System refines Codemasters' original model and gives players our most realistic off-road experience to date. Taking feedback from drivers, including John Armstrong, our very own game designer and current European Rally 3 champion, players can choose the same professional driver setup, mirroring the experience drivers encounter every race week. New players can personalise the handling, making adjustments to help them master the ultimate player versus environment off-road challenge. This realism extends to audio, with each car intricately replicated, and new pace notes, including simplified commands for rookie drivers, give much needed information to the player as they battle through each stage. Now, I put emphasis on this because this is something I absolutely applaud them for doing. It looks like they're going to include simplified pace notes, and I think that's a very good idea, mainly for helping new people to get into the game. Making a pace notes tutorial was something I actually planned to do closer to launch, because it is something I know that is a definite barrier for people jumping into rallying games, because anyone who's not familiar with rallying is obviously not going to understand the pace notes. And so, yeah, like I said, I do applaud them for that. I think that's a very good idea. Now, there was something else up here, because reading back some of that, it sounds like, you know, that you can personalize the handling. And really, like, I don't think they're saying anything. It's not going to be go back like with Dirt 4 where you could choose arcade or sim handling. I think this is just more going to be like any other sim racing game where you have sliders to turn things on and off. Then last we have building your legacy. The introduction of Builder fulfills the dream of those longing to create their very own modern era rally car. Select the chassis, body shells and all important mechanical parts before customizing the interior and exterior. Finally, personalizing with the livery editor. Put the car through its paces and make any necessary adjustments before completing the World Rally Championship against the best competition WRC has to offer. So yeah, this is just not really any new information. This had leaked. We knew this builder was coming, but a good addition, I think. Something people seem to enjoy in the Formula 1. So yeah, I do think it is definitely a good addition. Then the last bit is just basically talking about pre-order for early access. It looks like if you pre-order any version, including the standard, and by the way, the standard version of the game is going to be €50. I'm not sure, you'll have to check what that is regionally, but that is on every platform as well, on PS5, Xbox, PC, all of that, which is, I think, pretty good price point for them to be hitting. I'm not sure if there is going to be actually a collector's edition or whatever like that, and that's probably going to be more. We might actually even find that information up on the store pages. That might be live by the time I'm finished recording this video. Now that's pretty much it for this section, except just to say that in this part it does say here, pre-order EA Sports to receive 5 VIP passes. What these VIP passes are, I have no real idea. Whether it's going to be like a season pass type of thing or what, I'm not sure. Each containing additional post-launch content, 3 variety packs consisting of liveries and apparel. And that suggests to me that we are going to get cosmetic microtransactions. Now, I could be wrong on that, but vanity packs sounds a lot like, especially when I hear liveries and apparel especially, because that makes me think there's going to be driver suits, stuff like that. But if that stuff is going to be included, and I know it's going to be contentious, so please don't shoot the messenger, but it does sound like it will be stuff that is very easy to ignore, and you know, that's pretty much what I'm going to do with it, to be perfectly honest with you. Now, when we go over to this other section, there is a few more little things just to note. Sorry, wrong one. Just down here, we do have some screenshots, and there's a variety of screenshots. I can actually just bring it up this way, it might be better. Yes, some we've already seen. Not a huge amount to really say with these. You know, this one in particular kind of stood out to me, and I'll actually just bring it back to the full screen, because this, I get they wanted to show off that they have this car in here, and I don't know if this could have been maybe taken from beta or something like that, but the car definitely looks odd here. It seems to have no reflections of it, and like I say, it's probably a screenshot from like beta testing or whatever, but yeah, not a great selection of screenshot to put up, I think, to be fair. And the last one here is probably my favorite, I think. Yeah, looks really nice in those shots. But yeah, that is pretty much it. If and when we get more news, I will be back to update you guys on that. But that's going to do it for me from today. If you enjoyed the video, do give it a like and maybe hit that sub button, and you know, it's going to help get the video out to more people. But until next time, take care and good luck.